Hey, happy walking the path. I hope it is a happy walking the path, even if it doesn't appear to be happy on this path. The path is always good. The path is always leading us to the good, the true, the beautiful, the abundant, the prosperous, the joyful. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for coming in. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really excited today. A little nervous because I didn't have a topic. And I have noticed this week that I've really been leaning into spirit more and more than ever. I'm seeing, hey, Vanessa, hello, everybody, welcome, come on in, grab a seat. So I thought today I might, I'll open up one. I have some ideas now that I'm on, like, I have a couple ideas for a topic. One, which is free in the spirit. Hey, soul releaser, what's up? Hey, yes. So I have some, I want to talk about being free in the spirit. I want to talk about leaning into spirit. I want to talk about this silent partner, but I also want to open it up to questions. Throw out a topic, whether it's on politics, religion, sex, spirit, something you're going through, a spiritual principle, whatever. Hey, Sherry. Oh, hey, that's Soul Releaser. Of course it's you, Sherry. That's a great name. Hey, Sherry. So if you have a question, if you have something that you're going through, if you are looking for a spiritual principle for something that you're moving through and how to relate to something you're going through spiritual principle, lay it on me. And so I'm open. I'm open and available for that. Now, Free in the Spirit is the title of today's talk. That's what I came up with minutes ago. And it came to me because I've noticed something this week, especially, is the private sessions that I do with clients as a spiritual counselor, spiritual therapist, integration specialist, integration therapist, spiritual integration therapist, breath work. So I work with people to help them integrate their plant medicine experiences, to help them integrate the spiritual insights that they've received through meditation. I do spiritual counseling, which is really anchoring people in spiritual principle and helping them walk the path to expanded enlightenment. That sounded kind of funny, expanded enlightenment. Really, it's this. I had a moment of spiritual awakening in my life. And it was like, wow, all I want to do is focus on my spiritual growth and development. But my life didn't change. Like, I was still working in an office and I was still doing all these things. And, it was like this tension between the awakening that I had and really living the life of the vision that I saw in the spiritual awakening, in this opening up. Like, I don't want my life to be about working and having time off, like getting a few days off to go to a retreat or trying to fit in my spirituality or my spiritual practice. I wanted everything to be about that. Like, that's the only thing that really excited me. And it took me 10 years not really knowing what to do or how to do it. And I look now at my life and go, wow, that's the vision that I had 10 years ago. So what I do when I work with people is assist them in moving. If you feel stuck, like you've had a spiritual awakening and feel stuck, how to move through that and to embody and integrate the vision into your daily life. How do we make the life? How do we live the life? Not that we're fitting our spiritual practices or our spirituality into our life, but that our life fits into our spiritual practice, fits into our spiritual vision, that we are giving our gifts and talents in such a way that we are being supported by the universe for giving our gifts and talents. So that's what I do. And I'm so excited to do that. So someone says, we need a session. Yes, Sherry, let's do a session. So I would love that. So I've noticed recently that, working here at Rythmia, let me talk about Rythmia a little bit. Rythmia has been an amazing incubator because I have seen Darren Jacob. What's up, my brother? I've seen so many people here. Like, I don't think that it would be possible for me to have had the insights that an understanding that I have had without having walked with literally thousands of people for 6 years at Rythmia, and seeing people move through spiritual enlightenment, awakening, catching a vision of their lives, and then helping to integrate what happened in ceremony after ceremony. It's been, and Rythmia is such an amazing place because people come here and in a week, they catch a vision. They see something, really see for the first time that there's something beyond their five senses. They catch a vision of who they have become. They see the masks, the ways in which they've taken on programs from society, programs from their family, programs that we have freely taken on how we think we need to be in order to fit in, to get our needs met, to feel loved, to feel enough. They see how those things have been running them with undistinguished in an unconscious way. And then they get to take those masks off and come back to a state of wholeness. And it's really bringing the parts of us that we think are unwanted, the parts of us that we think are flawed, the parts of us that we think are shameful, bringing those into the light, bringing those, like merging those together and seeing that there's not one part of us that's shameful or unwanted or flawed, that everything serves, that the spirit uses everything for a lesson, even the illusion. We're in an illusion. Spirit uses even the illusion for us to see rightly. So how do we see rightly? That's a question. How do we see rightly? How do we really see? Let's go back to what seeing is. Let's talk about that. What is seeing? We think that there's a world out there that we perceive, and that world is the reality. I mean, oh no, this is reality. There's this sofa here, and there's this plant back here, and there's me. How can you say this isn't real? Well, what you are seeing is not reality. What you are seeing is the illusion. Now, I'm not suggesting that you step in front of a moving bus. That's not my suggestion. Vanessa, right on, Vanessa. Vanessa says, this is deaf on point for me today. Right on, sister, me too. Okay, so we think that we perceive reality. In fact, our thoughts create the reality that we perceive. We have no neutral thoughts. We have no thoughts that are not productive. And typically, we are creating and generating thoughts that are meaningless. And what we're seeing, or what we think we're seeing, what we are creating and what's causing us issues in our life are typically not the things that are what we're really upset about. What I'm upset about is not typically what I think the reason is not typically, it's not why I'm upset. Does that make sense? Let's see. So I'm just looking to see if there's questions. Shoot me a question. Shoot me something that you want to talk about today, because I'll keep talking. You know me. So here's the thing. We think we perceive reality, but it is our thoughts that create the reality that we see. We think we perceive reality, but it is our thoughts that create the reality that we see. And we are manifesting. Vanessa says, what to do when them itchy behind try to come in our parade? Vanessa, give me a little clarification on that question. I need some clarification on that. We think we perceive reality, but our thoughts are creating our reality. Now, that's a hard thing to really get, that we are creating. And why are we manifesting? Why are things manifesting in our life? Typically, things are manifesting for 4 reasons. This is a teaching at Agape. This is Reverend Michael's beautiful teaching about the 4 windows of manifestation. Things manifest. We create the reality that we perceive for typically 4 reasons. First reason is what we call the Job effect. Job in the Bible manifested his worst fears. When we concentrate on something and we're really afraid of it, we can manifest it. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. It happens. Our thoughts are productive. Now, the principle behind this is that consciousness precedes form. That's the spiritual principle. Consciousness precedes form. What we think about, we bring about. We did not, let's take it back to the reality of the world. You say, okay, if I'm creating my reality, I can kind of get that. But how is all of this out there that's mountains and oceans and trees? And how is that an illusion? How does that work? Okay. Let me see if I can take that one on. All right, spirit, come on. Me and spirit, you and spirit. Well, it's only one spirit, and there's only one of us here. So, consciousness precedes form. Our consciousness did not come out of form. In other words, we weren't like a creepy crawly, and then we evolved and through evolution and then became reflexive consciousness. Consciousness was always there. It blossomed in us, but all of the material world emerged from the consciousness of the divine. All of the material world emerged from the consciousness of the divine. Okay, I'm getting some questions here. So Vanessa says, I meant, what do you do? Let me put this up. I'll put this up. I can put this up here on, what I meant is, what do you do when you get that itchy feeling in your gut that you can't shake off, even though you know that you have to work with it and move through it, but sometimes stay inside of you for too long? Okay. That icky feeling. What do you do when you get that icky feeling in your gut and you can't shake it, even though you know you have work to do and you have to move through it, but sometimes it stays inside you for too long? That's a great question, Vanessa. So that icky feeling in your gut is like your third brain. Gut, heart, mind, 3 brains. And the body, the body is our signal to the emotional body. Our physical body is connected with the emotional body. And this is actually our connection with spirit. The mental body is not the connection with spirit. The mental body is the ego. That is separate from spirit. Our analytical mind, we need that, but we don't want that to run the show. We get in touch with our emotional body through the feelings and sensations that we're having in our physical body. And so I'm going to get to the questions on Instagram. Let me handle this question right here. I love that you guys got questions. Okay. So that icky feeling in your gut is your body telling you something. It's telling you that there's a connection between what's going on. And it's something for you. And you're saying, I know, I work with it, but sometimes it stays inside of me for too long. No regret, no shame, no self-recrimination. It's completely accepting where you are at right now. Like, okay, I don't want to learn this lesson. If it's staying inside you too long, your body's trying to tell you something, whatever it is. If you want to be more specific about it, Melissa, like if you want to give me a specific thing that you're working on, like I have this thing and this is what causes my gut to feel icky, maybe we can talk about that. But the overall view is, if something's staying there too long, you know you want to work on it, but you don't want to, okay, I don't want to work on that right now. And can you accept that that's where you're at? That's a perfect place to be. There's my resistant Buddha. I'm in resistance right now, and I'm aware of it. I'm going to be in, I'm just, let it be, and it will begin to dissipate. But the thing that keeps it there is the self-recrimination. The thing that keeps it there is beating up yourself and thinking that you're wrong for it. All right, let's look at Instagram. I have manifested my worst fears, I think. I got an apartment, but now I live alone. How do you find peace on being solely alone? Okay. Oh, okay, Sherry. So Sherry's asking, she manifested her worst fear. She got an apartment, but now she lives alone. All right. So, and there's this fear of being alone. So what's underneath that fear? What's underneath the fear of being alone? This goes back to our core wounding, fear of abandonment. You know, we want to get underneath that fear. How do we do that? You can take a moment, and this is great for anyone to do. You can take a moment and start breathing in and out of your heart. And Vanessa, for your question, this is a great answer too. You know, we begin to just close the eyes. And I like to sit up straight and bring the stomach in a little bit, like bring the belly button back and lift the chest. Now you've got your spine in alignment. Keep the chin level and just begin to breathe in and out of your heart. Almost like there's a hole in the center of your chest and it's expanding and contracting. And you do this until you start to place your awareness there. When you place your awareness there, you're going to feel that energetic center become active. Hey, Greg, you're going to feel that energetic center become active. As you feel the energy shift from your head, when we're in our head ruminating and spinning, you feel that energy shift from your head and move to your heart. Once you're in coherence with your heart, through this breath, breathing in and out of the heart, you begin to get a sense, you can begin to feel the energy in the heart area. That's the activation of prana. We can direct the energy in our body. We're breathing and we're placing our awareness there. We're activating that energetic center. This is our connection to spirit. This is our connection to our emotional body, which is our connection to spirit. And then you ask the question, Sherry, what's underneath this fear of being alone? What's underneath it? I mean, okay, so I know there's a fear of being alone. And something will come up. There'll be a memory. There'll be a word. There'll be a feeling. There'll be something underneath that, a thought that you can follow it back. And when you stay in that space, you just keep asking, what's underneath that? And you get to see, oh, wow, this fear of being alone. And it might be something completely unrelated. I was with a client yesterday who was angry. He has to have a surgery and he's not really excited about the surgery. And he felt stuck because he had to, his insurance would only cover a certain type of surgery. And so he was feeling pissed off. Like, I want this other thing, but my insurance won't cover it. And I have to do this. And this isn't what I want. And so we got into the heart, and it turns out that was underneath that anger and rage was sadness. And what was underneath that sadness was feeling like he missed out on something. And what was underneath feeling like I missed out on something was that he felt like he made a wrong choice many years ago, and that people that stayed in their particular career had gone advanced. And here he was at this point in his life. And all of that anger and stuff, it wasn't about the surgery, wasn't about the insurance. It was about feeling that he had made a poor choice and that he was in a place in life now that he felt less than. But once he uncovered it, once he saw it, just through that heart breathing, he saw the lie that all that was. Like, I know he's really happy with the decision he made. Oh, and by the way, that decision that he made was a radical choice that was outside of the parameters of what society said you should do. He's already had an experience of choosing bravely and being courageous and making brave choices. And so all that helped him feel free and grateful that he had insurance to cover the surgery. It wasn't even about the surgery or the insurance or the not having a choice. So the thing that's going on, Sherry, with you in the apartment isn't about the apartment. It isn't about feeling lonely. Breathe into the heart and ask those questions. There's some more questions here. I also have been working to find peace in complete solitude. All right. Yes, this is Dave. Thank you, Dave. I'm with this too, y'all. I come to Rythmia and I have I get to teach classes and I'm with all these people in this resort setting. And then the class is over and I go home and I live alone, me and my dog, kind of isolated. And I might see clients on Zoom and then, all right. And there's that feeling like, am I missing out on something? So here's the thing. There's nothing wrong, period. And Dave and Sherry, what I say also to myself is, I'm enough already. This moment is enough, and I'm enough in it. Because any sense that I'm in solitude and that I'm alone tends to come from some feeling that I'm missing out on something, that other people are experiencing things that I should be experiencing and I'm not, that maybe there's something wrong with me because I'm in this solitude. And all of that means that right now isn't enough. That right now isn't enough. And it keeps us in this cycle of fantasizing about the future or nostalgia for the past. And when we can be in this present moment, it's been said in many books for many ages, but it's so simple and so true. How do we get to the present moment? I'm enough already. I'm enough already. I'm enough. This moment is enough. This moment is enough. And I'm enough in it. This brings a great peace. And in that peace, we then can take inspired action. So I don't want you to feel alone and then be like, okay, I feel alone, so I'm going to go join this club, or I'm going to go look up on Meetup, or I'm going to get online, or I'm going to do something so I don't feel alone. That's acting out of fear. That's acting out of lack. And we don't want to act out of lack. We want to act from the overflow. We want to act from our fullness. So when I can say I'm enough already, this moment is enough and I'm enough in it, and I find peace in this moment, then there might be an inspired action to get on Meetup. Then there might be an inspired action to go volunteer somewhere. But you're doing that action out of the fullness of who you are and the okayness that right now is enough, that it's okay. The power of this now moment inspires action from the fullness, not from the lack. This is key. It's called living from the overflow. Living from the overflow. I'm not, especially if you want to be a healer. We have so many healers, so many people that want to go help people because helping people makes them feel good. Okay, sorry, just checking out questions. Helping people makes them feel good. That's great. But when we get it's this sort of if-then thinking. If I can help them, then I'll be okay. If I can be of service here, then I'll feel okay. That's helping people from a lack place. That's helping people from you're not whole. And the only way that we can heal anybody is from wholeness. Wholeness is the only thing that heals. Acceptance is the only thing that heals. Being broken doesn't heal. Broken can't heal broken. Whole heals broken. It's almost like the quantum physics law of entrainment, that a higher vibration can raise a lower vibration frequency, but a lower vibration frequency cannot bring a higher vibration frequency down. A lower vibration cannot lower a higher vibration, but a higher vibration can lift a lower vibration. Wholeness is a higher vibration than brokenness. And so acceptance is a higher vibration than condemnation. And so it's from acceptance, it's from wholeness that we can heal others. We must heal ourselves first. And healing ourselves is simply the recognition that we're all right already. I'm enough already. That's the healing. Full radical acceptance that no matter what I think my flaws are, no matter what I think my shame and guilt and things that are unwanted about me are, I'm enough already. I'm whole already. This acceptance makes it real. The acceptance makes it real, that I'm enough already. And when I can really anchor into that, then from my wholeness, I can be of service to another. I'm not helping another. I'm being of service to another when I'm operating from my wholeness. So if you're in the healing arts, if you are in helping anyone and being of service in any way, we must make sure that we are working on ourselves first. Simple. We have to move from a place of wholeness. We have to move from a place of fullness. And from that fullness, I can hear the spirit. My steps are ordered and I take inspired action. I know the next right step. I know the next right thing to do because I'm coming from wholeness. Wholeness meaning I'm connected. Wholeness meaning I'm one with everything. I'm not separate. If I'm not whole, I'm separate. I'm in separation. If I'm in wholeness, I'm indivisible. If I'm whole, I'm indivisible. And from my indivisible nature, what am I indivisible from? God, the Holy Spirit, the presence of intelligence and beauty and love. And when I can move from the wholeness of myself, which is the innermost God, is the uppermost God, when I can move from that wholeness, then I can take an action that is a right action, the next right step. And from that next right step, I know what to do. I'm of service. I'm being of service and I'm healing from my wholeness. The consciousness that heals is the consciousness that sees wholeness all the time, no matter what. And I can't see wholeness if I can't see it in myself. Okay, let's see if there's another question. I don't know. Did I miss a question? I think we're all doing good. All right. So, hey, that's 24 minutes. I think we're good. That was a good topic. Thank you, guys. moving from wholeness, healing from wholeness, living from the overflow, not from our lack. I can't create abundance from lack. To he who has, even more shall be given. To he who has not, even that shall be taken away. What does that mean? It's a metaphysical statement about the nature of consciousness preceding form. To he or she who has a consciousness of abundance, even more shall be given. To he or she who has a consciousness of lack, even what they have shall be taken away, because they're perpetuating a consciousness. So I think that's it. Hey, that was free in the spirit. No topic. Thank you, Spirit. Let's just give thanks to the infinite intelligence that's flowing through each one of us. We're already enough. We're already enough. This moment is enough, and I'm enough in it. We're already enough. I'm enough. You're enough. We're enough already. No matter what our flaws, no matter what our perceptions are, no matter what we did, no matter what we said, no matter what we want to hide, no matter what we're guilty about, no matter what we're shameful about, we're already enough. Come from that place, and life will support you and flow through you, because you are making an opening for more good to move through you, because you can see the good in yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Many blessings.